Ja, hi, hier ist Tom von German Rhymes Day. Heute sitze ich hier mit einer DJ-Legende von den Dilated People. DJ Babu, how you doing, my man?
What's up? How are you?
I'm pretty good. How were the first shows?
Really good, really good. We've been out here. I think this is our fourth show only, but Evidence has been out here for another 3 or 4 weeks earlier than us, promoting his solo album, and Europe's like our home away from home. I was just here a few months ago DJing.
Yeah, I saw you over at the Cassiopeia, right?
Yeah. I love coming out to Germany and DJing. Berlin's always especially live though.
It's good to hear. We just heard from you that you play the drums. What's up with that? Because everybody was going downstairs and everybody was playing the drums. B-Jazz, Ropsy, and everybody.
No, I actually learned how to play drums through my other 1/3 of the group, Raka Ira Science. Mm-hmm. A little fact that people don't know is that Raka is more talented in his one finger than most people in the world. So by ear, he was raised in church. Mm-hmm. His father was a preacher, so growing up, he was always around the church band, his cousins and other family members, and just by ear, Raka plays guitar, he plays keys, he plays drums. And I remember during our first album, The Platform, we were working out of a certain studio, and they, one of the other bands or musicians left drums in there, and Rock showed me. I was like, "You know how to play drums?" Like, "Oh yeah, you just go like this." and he just started killing it. I was like, "Wow!" And I became intrigued. So every day at the studio, as soon as I didn't have anything to do, I'm like, "I'll be in the other rooms trying to play drums," and I just picked it up. I literally in a week, I was able to hold just a simple 4/4 on the one beat, and it really brought me back to I don't know what else it reminded me of, but it reminded me a lot of when I first learned how to scratch, except it was using my feet too, But it's the most, how can I say, it's the most raw form of expression to me, just hitting shit, rhythmically. It's just but it took me back to just being obsessed with trying to learn scratches, and. Before you knew it, now I have drums at home, and not something I take on professionally, but it's something I just do that makes me feel good, and it's just fun to do.
Are there any other instruments?
I'm okay on the keyboards. Mm-hmm. I know a little bit of simple chord progression and chord structure and stuff, just enough to get me by. I'm more of a sample based musician, but just out of evolution and trying to develop more skills. I like to add on my own or interpolate. Sometimes I wish I had control of an instrument. Instead, I'll put my own instrument in there and be able to bring it in and out. But by no means am I any kind of musician, besides being on the turntable, I guess.
So did Rucker play any live instruments on the albums? He's
played live percussion, I think, but we, for some stupid reason, haven't taken advantage of his talent yet, Yeah. But
I just wondered it.
Yeah. But look out for Raka's solo album, Crown of Thorns. He's working on it right now, and hopefully we get to see a lot more of that side, and him doing that on his solo record. But
you know anything about the solo record? Because we probably can't talk to him right now.
Well, his long-awaited solo album is called Crown of Thorns. It's been in the works for a second, but only thing I can confirm right now is that myself and Evidence are on there producing. He's also got the Beat Miners, and I know he's got a bunch of other tracks from other incredible producers. I don't want to say anything yet because I know he's not that far along of being permanent. Expect Raka to come out and do him. Evidence. Hopefully you guys have the Weatherman LP and the layover EP.
Love the layover.
Yeah. Ev's doing his damn thing.
But how far do you know how far the Cats and Dogs are? I think
Ev's gonna be coming out with his newest LP, Cats and Dogs. Rumor is it's coming out on Rhyme Sayers, top of 2010. Look for a new single before the end of the year. But I got a couple tracks on there already that are just fucking bananas. He's got a song with him and Fashawn that came out bananas, and I'm actually crossing my fingers. I think I may have caught the title track, Cats and Dogs. Awesome. So, but look for DJ Khalil on there. Look for Alchemist. He's keeping it within a lot of the same producers and family he used from his previous projects. But yeah, we're busy as a group and individually. So
I was wondering, because on the other records you brought Alchemist in, on the Dilated records you brought Alchemist in and other producers, but why didn't you stick to yourself? You as a producer and Evidence as producer.
Well, one thing that a lot of people don't know is even before I was in Dilated, Dilated started as two MCs, Rock Ira Science and Evidence, and so they come from the school of having to be produced. One thing a lot of people may not know either is that Evidence, living in Venice, from very early on, his neighbor next door was famous producer QD3. So Ev grew up seeing people like Too Short and Everlast right next to his house, next door, literally. And
That's nice.
yeah, so he sooner than later caught the production bug. And also growing up too, his very tight friends are Joey Chavez and Alchemist, and he's the last one to start producing out of those three friends. And so Evidence, he's very comfortable as a producer, but I still think sometimes he thinks of himself as an MC a little bit first, more than a producer, especially in our Dilated role. Me, myself, I'm obviously a DJ first. I don't think I really, got my beat-making skills and production skills up until Expansion Team. That's when I really felt like I really had something to bring to the table. I mean, I'm competing with Alchemist, I'm competing with DJ Premier and Evidence.
Big names.
Yeah, Evidence, Beat Miners. So, I think maybe on the next Dilated album, I'd like to say a majority of it would be me and Ev doing the production with maybe a special guest here or there. Of course, Alchemist and Joey Chavez, like their family. They're practically invisible members of our group. But we like to produce ourselves, and if we're forced to, you could put three of us in a room and we're going to make it happen. But at the same time, we love getting that energy from other producers. It's exciting to be in a room with another great producer, and that energy gets going and magic happens. So I think that's something you'll always see Dilated doing. We're not so closed-minded as to be like, we have to do the beats, So,
but on the other hand, isn't it easier like for yourself because you know what you want? And for example, if Av produced the track because he's MC too, like he knows how he wants his beat, kind of like that. So, but like, and then on the other hand, you have like the production.
Yeah, sometimes it is easier just to say, I'm here. I don't have to wait to get a beat CD from somebody. I don't have to fly across the country to work with this guy or vice versa. But sometimes, I don't know if you guys have this, it might get lost in translation, but we have this saying back home, sometimes you're standing too close to the picture.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I think that's nice about having outside producers. Even within our group, I don't really look at Alchemist or Sid Rome's, Joey Chavez, and Bravo as outside producers as much as they're like invisible members of the group. So I just think it's just something about the energy that we like to have, and I mean, we have no qualms about going out and doing it ourselves, but at the same time, how do I say it? We're on Capital and we have a budget, and part of it too is just making dream collaborations come true. Like we dreamed about working with DJ Premier or.
Are there any dreams still unfulfilled?
Definitely. There's a ton of groups. I mean, I would have loved to have seen. I was really pushing for a Dilated Doom and Ghostface track for the last album. Right. I'd love to see us do a track with De La Soul. I'd love to see us. I don't even know. The list goes on and on. But at the same time, I think we were fortunate enough to do a lot of our collaborations that we dreamed of. A lot of them have happened. So. But I think the thing about collaborations is I like them to be more natural than anything. There's nothing more awkward or difficult than just trying to work with an artist. They don't know you. Yeah. Ice isn't broken. You're paying them, so that's why they're there. Versus meeting somebody who genuinely is another artist who respects you as an artist, and you guys say, let's get up and work, and and they're excited to be there.
Like fans of each other.
Exactly, and that's when the best music happens, is when everyone wants to be there and wants to work with each other. So, I mean, I'd rather work with a young, hungry cat who's excited to be in the lab with Babu than work with Big Joe Schmo rapper who could give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? And it's like it's awkward, and it's because to me production is obviously you got to have hot beats, but one thing I've been learning, it's about that energy you build with people. It's about being able to be in the studio and get that MC excited, or make them bring the best out in them, and make them enjoy their time in the lab with you. So something I've been working at, and hopefully we can continue to spread good energy around, and it'll come back.